Hi there, I'm Adrian, and recently I've done quite a few videos where I've looked at individual country licks, and I love a good lick as much as the next man, but one thing I thought it would be quite interesting to do in this video is to take an entire solo and show you how you can take a very simple kind of cliche country lick and develop that into a coherent solo or musical statement. So what I've done is I've written a little solo which I'm going to take you through how to play it. I suggest you learn it note for note to start with, and then you can use it as a jumping off point for experiments and improvisations of your own. So let me take you through how it's done. So we're in the key of G for this one, and the basic chords that I'm outlining with this solo go like this. We're starting with 2 bars of G, 2 bars of C, back to G for 2 more bars, D7 for 2 bars, then G, C, C sharp diminished, back to G, D7, and back home to G again. So very common country style chord progression. It's just the 1, 4 and 5 chords in the key of G, and also a bit of sharp 4 diminished in there as well for a bit of extra colour. So that's the chord progression, and the concept behind this solo is really just taking a single lick and using that as the basis for an entire solo. So the lick is this one. A very common kind of stock country cliche phrase which you will have heard all the time, and I'm just taking this basic lick, developing it a little bit, taking it through the chord changes to come up with a kind of coherent solo. So let me show you the basic lick to start with. What I like about this lick is it really clearly outlines the sound of the G chord. We're starting on the root here, the 3rd fret on the low E string. Then we got open A string, 1st fret and 2nd fret on the A string. Then we got open D, 2nd fret on the D string, open D again, and then an open 3rd string, open G string. That's the lick. Rhythmically it's very simple. We just got 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And if you like, you can throw in a few little articulation things to make it a bit more interesting. I think I like to slide with my 2nd finger from the 1st fret to the 2nd fret on the A string. Maybe pull off that 2nd fret note there to the open D. Little things like that will all help it flow a little bit more smoothly. So that's the basic lick. Now I'm going to take you through the solo phrase by phrase, and the whole thing will be a lot easier if you're looking at the tab and the music, I think. So I'm going to write this out in full. There's going to be a link to that underneath this video, so I suggest you look at that while you're learning this solo, and that will make the whole process a lot easier. But let's jump in with the first phrase. It starts with exactly the lick that I just showed you, with a few more notes kind of tagged on the end. So we start with our lick, then we play the open G string one more time, then pull off from 2 to 0 on the 4th string, 2 on the 5th string, back to the open D string. That's the first 2-bar phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now notice how nicely it outlines the sound of that G chord. I'm not really thinking in terms of scales in this solo. I'm thinking much more in terms of outlining notes in the chord and playing chord tones. So you can see that we're starting on the root of the G, walking up to the B note there, which is the 3rd. Then we've got the 5th and the 6th, and then we're ending up on the root note again, an octave higher. Now the harmony is going to change to C, and all I'm going to do is play exactly the same lick, but I'm going to transpose it so that it works against the C chord. So I'm going to be starting now on this C note, the root note of the C chord, and I'm going to play the same lick. So that's just the 3rd fret on the 5th string, open 1, 2 on the 4th string, open 3rd string, 2nd fret, pulling back off to the open string, and then the high C note here, 1st fret on the 2nd string. So that's the 2nd phrase, which is outlining the 4 chord or the C chord. So far we have this. Next we're going to play our initial G lick, but we're going to play it an octave higher. And I'm just going to develop it a little bit towards the end of the lick and add in a few extra notes as well. But I'm starting on this G note here, 5th fret on the 4th string, 2, 3, 4 on the 3rd string, 3 on the 2nd string to 5, pulling off back to the 3rd fret, and then on the top string I've got 3, 6, 5 pulling off to 3, and then 5 to 3 on the 2nd string. So and next the harmony is moving to the 5 chord, D7 chord, and I'm playing this lick. Sorry, it's this. So you can hear that it's the same as our basic lick, but I'm playing it starting from D, also adjusting the rhythm and the order of the notes slightly as well. So we have this. Starting on the root of the D chord, the 7th fret on the 3rd string, then 5, 6, 7 on the 2nd string, 5 and 7 on the top string, then I'm pulling off from 6 to 5 on the 2nd string, and then 7 on the 3rd string. I'm just playing that with a continuous 8th note rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that's the first half of the solo, the first 8 bars. Now I'm moving a bit higher up the neck, and we're back to playing over the G chord here, and another variation on our basic lick. I'm starting by playing the G note, 12th fret on the 3rd string, then 10, 11, 12 on the 2nd string, 10, 12 pulling off to 10 on the top string, then I've got 13 to 10 on the top string, 12, 11 pulling off to 10 on the 2nd string, 12 to 10 on the 3rd string, and then 12 on the 4th string. So all outlining that G sound. Then we're back to the C chord. I'm sliding that 12th fret note down to the 10th fret on the 4th string, and then I'm playing a little variation on our basic lick, starting from C. We've got the 10th fret on the 4th string, 7, 8, 9 on the 3rd string, 8 to 10, pulling off back to 8 on the 2nd string, and then I'm playing this A sharp note, the 11th fret on the 2nd string twice. And all of that's coming out of the slide from the 12th down to the 11th fret. So if I just play the previous lick as well, we've got this. And then we're on into the final section of the solo, and this is where I break away from our basic lick, and I just play some other stuff just as a way of varying things a little bit. I think to use one lick for the entire solo is probably a bit much, so I'm breaking things up a little bit now by playing some other ideas, and I'm playing this idea, which is actually very similar to a lick that some of you might have seen I did in another of my videos a few weeks ago, and it's based on a pentatonic scale, the G major pentatonic scale, and I'm just moving down through the different positions, playing 4 notes in each position. So starting here at the 15th fret on the top string, then 17 pulling off to 15 on the 2nd string, 16th fret on the 3rd string, that's the first 4 notes. Then I'm playing these 4 notes down in the next position, so that's the 12th fret on the top string, 15 to 12 pulling off on the 2nd string, 14th fret on the 3rd string, and then another bunch of 4 notes, which is 10th fret on the top string, 12 pulling off to 10 on the 2nd string, and then 12th fret on the 3rd string. So we've just got this kind of nice rolling, tumbling series of 4 notes, so 4 note groupings. So, and I'm finishing with this double stop here, 10th fret on the top 2 strings, hammering on to the 12th fret on the 3rd string, and final lick to get us back home to G, sliding 6 to 7 on the top string, then 8th fret on the 2nd string, 9 to 7 on the 3rd string, then sliding from 8 to 9 on the 4th string, 7th fret on the 3rd string, and back to G, 10th fret on the 5th string. It's a nice little lick, this one. And that's the entire solo, so why don't I just play the whole thing in time very slowly for you, so you can hear how it fits together, and you can hear how I'm just taking this one very simple idea and then developing it over the course of this this solo. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And a bit faster as well. So there we are. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you find that learning this solo is really beneficial to your soloing and your improvisation. Take care, and I hope to see you again for some more of this kind of thing very soon. Bye bye.